Welcome, follow me as a ZTE Pad, and today I will show you how you can record a screen on this device. So, to get started, you will want to swipe down from the top of your screen and then swipe down again to extend the list of visible toggles. Now, somewhere in here you should find a screen recorder. For me, it's right over here. But if you can find it anywhere in this list, you can add it by clicking on this pencil. And in here, you'll find a bunch of toggles that you can add in addition to that initial list. So to add any of these toggles, you would first hold it, and the text right here will change. You can now drag it above it and drop it. And when you go back, this toggle should stay. Now, in any case, once you have your screen recorder visible in here, see, first time around we can hold it, and this will take us to the settings where we can just get a quick glance on how it's set by default and maybe change some of the things. For instance, something like video quality, which is set to medium. I'm going to be moving that to high. We also have the sound option, so we can record mic and system sound, or both. Though if you're planning to record both, I would recommend maybe using something like headphones or earbuds. Because what might happen is when the microphone is recording, when the system sound is being recorded, it will be recorded internally through software, and then it's going to be played through the speakers. Now, when it's going to get played through the speakers, chances are your microphone will pick it up again if you obviously have both of them enabled. Now we also have record touch interactions. This will record a semi-transparent gray dot where your finger was pressing the display. Now, for videos such as one that I'm, for instance, recording, if I was recording this as a screen recording, this possibly would have been a nice option. For gameplay purposes, I would probably recommend turning that off, as it might be a little bit distracting. And then stop recording screen while in lock screen, so when you just lock your device, it should end the recording. So anyway, let's close this up, find the toggle once more, and this time around just simply tap on it. It will bring up this overlay right here with a couple options, for instance, like the option to change the sounds, close and start recording options. So I'm just gonna begin recording. So from here, whatever you will do will be for the most part recorded by the device. Let's open up maybe something like this. Something went wrong. Probably the fact that I have no internet. Okay, so I guess I'm not going to be opening that up, but I can open up something maybe like a clock. Now, once you're done recording, you can click right here on the square to stop the recording, and the two bars obviously just pause the recording. Now, to view it, you're gonna open up your Photos application, and it should be visible under the Photos tab, but you can also find it under Albums, as you typically get. I think it's not called Albums but Collections. So this, I believe, shows up when you have signed into your Google account. I'm not, so it's not here. But in any case, once you have that visible, you could look for a album called Screenshots. Because I'm not signed in, it kind of shows all the albums right here. And you can see this is the actual album that I'm literally holding. So if I click on this, it takes me to that album. And here, I just have this single screen recording, but just know in the future you'll find screenshots and screen recordings in here. Now we can view it from here. And I do want to also talk about a couple of things that you might experience, or a single one that you might experience, which is the screen recorder presenting you with straight up black recording. Now, where the screen is just straight up black. Now, this is part of a Android feature. I believe it's called something like drawing over other apps. What's it called? It doesn't really matter. What it does, it's the most important thing. So this feature is designed to protect your privacy and security, and it's going to be, for the most part, used by any kind of bank application. They block it in case you would have some kind of malware on your device that would try to see through either screen recordings or screenshots what your pins or passwords are that you're inputting into that application. So because it's being blocked, when such a malware would try to see it, what it results in getting is just a straight up black screen for screen recorder, while screenshots are just blocked. Now, that's good. That's obviously done for your benefit. And if you usually want to capture something in a bank, it's typically going to be a confirmation of a payment, which they might block you from being able to capture screenshots or record screen, but you can always download a PDF of that. So they give you alternative ways of achieving your goal. Now, you'll also encounter this with almost any kind of streaming platform. Now, those platforms basically block it because apparently it's your job to protect them from piracy. Now, I'm one of those people that straight up consider this to be a blatant overreach of corporate cuckery. So I'll be showing you ways on how you can circumvent this, just because if you're paying for something like Netflix or HBO or anything else, it's your goddamn right to capture whatever the shit you want. Now, just know you can even record the entire freaking show, or you should be legally able to record the entire show, and it's not piracy, as you're not distributing it. Now, even if you were, there is one little caveat: you can record small snippets of anything like movies or shows legally and distribute them under fair use. Now, this needs to be under a specific length. I think it's like below 30 seconds, so be aware of that. But you are in your right to be able to do this, and it's not breaking any law. So, because those companies basically block this in case you were going to pirate it and distribute it like a dumbass using their like screen recorder, instead of just straight up checking what the network is being used for, then download whatever network is loading up, right? Anyway, so because I find this to be a little bit of a scummy thing, specifically when you have something like usually Netflix that comes pre-installed with your device, and you might not even own a Netflix, you might have never owned a Netflix account like me, and an application that comes pre-installed in your device can block recording when I open it up. Now, as far as I know, opening up any kind of application doesn't automatically mean I have agreed to terms of service or use. So that application shouldn't be able to do this, and bullshit excuse that, I agreed to it in terms of service. No, I didn't. So screw you, Netflix. In any case, so I'm going to be showing you how you can capture screenshots, screen recordings of that type of content outside of these applications, as you can't do it in those applications, and they're just blocking you, and there's no option for you to turn off to be able to do this. So instead, what we're going to do is open up our browser, but I do first need to connect to the network. So let me quickly do that. There we go. So what I've shown before on different videos was a specific website that no longer functions. Now, for this reason, because it no longer functions, I won't be showing you a specific site. I'll be showing you how you can find those sites. And I'm doing that because, hey, if I teach you how to fish, you can feed yourself for life. And if some DMCA cock will want to strike either, one of those websites, well, then you can always find a new one, and you will know how to. So, because primarily, everything is getting unshittified, these sites are popping up like cancer. They get rid of one, hey, another two show up with 2 additional domains. So, anyway, I'm going to be using as an example the site that I used to show, because the site might not exist, but the info about it does. So it was pstream.mov. Now, I'm not going to go in here as this site is donezo. It's no longer available, potentially because I was showing it. I have no clue. Could have been coincidence. But what we can do now is just add alternative. Piss off. There we go. Now you're going to be looking strictly for Reddit. Nothing else really interests you. Reddit will be the go-to place for this kind of information. Any kind of bullshit websites or AI answers, those are useless. Don't even pay attention to them. So here's one. literally the first link. Now in here we have a list of different kind of websites that you could go to view this kind of content. So each one of them will basically allow you to enter it, and without needing any kind of account and without needing to confirm anything, do any kind of BS, you'll be able to pick whatever show you want to watch, turn it on, and start recording it or screenshot it. And like I said, if you're paying for a content that is now the site that is providing it blocking you from capturing it, which is, well, you're in your right to be able to capture it, you're not really doing anything wrong right now. You're already paying for it, and here you don't need any kind of accounts. You can just access it willy-nilly. Now because this is running on a browser, in a browser you can capture screenshots, screen recordings, no problem, and whatever website would be open doesn't have the ability to change how your browser application works. So you'll always be able to capture this content. So that's about it. So I do want to add one more thing. I just showed you a tiny little snippet. I do want to say, depending on how you search for this kind of thing, you could, for instance, I don't know, search for something like Netflix with, I don't know, additional free or anything like that. But depending on how you search for it, you will get different Reddit results, different threads, and on one of them there's actually a link to a website that tracks these kind of places. That probably will be something that you might want to look for, and in there you'll find over 20 different sites that basically do all the same thing, and you can pick whichever one works best for you, as they're not all the same. Some of them, you know, have annoying ads, so you might want to look for something else. But in any case, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.